Welcome to the Mobile Rocket Stadium, Wakefield, where the latest round of the Betfred Women's Super League gets underway this lunchtime, and we've got a West Yorkshire derby in prospect as the Leeds Rhinos, defending Super League champions, take on a Wakefield Trinity side yet to win this season. Will it be mission impossible for the Wakefield Trinity side? We will find out right here on Twitch. We're live from Bellevue for the Leeds Rhinos against Wakefield Trinity. Let's have a look then at the two teams that are going to take the field this afternoon here. We'll start off with the Rhinos. They've got a big cup semi-final with St Helens next week. They choose to rest the reigning Woman of Steel, Courtney Winfield-Hill. She misses out from the side that thrashed Bradford last weekend. Prim is self-isolating and Akwiwu is injured. So they go with Beavers at fullback, Moxon, Kerrigan, Goldthorpe and Powell in the back line. Hannah Butcher's partnered by Tasha Gaines at half-back. Up front, Johnson, McCallion, Oldroyd, Stavely, Frayne and Hornby. And on the bench, it's Robinson, Murray, Johnson and Hume. For Wakefield, the team news not quite as straightforward. They're ravaged by injuries at the moment. They've had a couple of failed fitness tests on the day of the game as well. So much changed side that took the field in their defeat to Castleford last time out. Whitehead is now the fullback. Price, Rhodes, Taylor and Green in the back line. It's Price and Swan at half-back with Candler, Lindsay and Swain in the front row. Brown, Kershaw and Shackleton make up the pack. On the bench, Spenshurst, Jarrett, Winks and Strafford make up the 17. Delighted to say, joining us this afternoon here on Twitch, former Super League Grand Final winner, well-decorated career for Leon Price. Leon, we're going to see the best of the women's game in action this afternoon in the Leeds Rhinos. They've started off the season so well. They've got a huge game in the semi-final of the Cup next weekend, but it's important they don't take their eye off this one.
Yeah, as you say, it's really important that you rest your players that are going to be needed, that you feel are vital to giving yourself the best chance in winning the big games. But at the same time, you want to keep your match consistency, your match fitness, and you don't want to take your eye off the ball, as you say. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a balancing act for the coaches who'll want to make sure they get the balance right in between resting the key players and continuing with the continuity of match preparation.
Yeah, and for Wakefield, we know they're missing several of their first choice 17. It was going to be a tough game anyway. It's got even tougher for them, but this is all part of their learning curve in the Super League. You know, they're a relatively new Super League team, and it's going to be a tough one for them. They're going to have to work hard, and they're going to have to stick together as a team.
Yeah, I think it's when back's against the walls and you're missing people and you're down in numbers and you've really got everything against you. That's when you really find about who you are as a player, as an individual, and what your team's made of. And that's all about working hard together, working for each other. It may be, you may have everything against you. You're playing against the benchmark team in the competition in the Leeds Rhinos, but that can also give somebody a chance to shine on the day and to show what you've got coming through the ranks. So yeah, a little bit of it's going to be tough, but it gives some players a chance to perform.
Yeah, it does. We are looking forward to the action here then. Let's hear then. We've seen the lineups of the two teams. Let's hear from the coaches. We'll hear from the Wakefield camp shortly, but first the Leeds coaching staff. They've been speaking with Martin Knight.
David, you've started 2021 and have picked up from where you left off 2019. A very strong start to the season. How pleased are you with it so far?
The girls are going really well. They're working really hard in training. Their application's been really, really good. Enthusiasm in training's been really good. They've, to say they've been off 18 months, really, really pleased with the way they're going. Yeah, they've been good.
So today, Wakefield, they've only had 2 competitive games so far this season. A narrow defeat to York in the Cup and a loss to your big local rivals Castleford last time out. So what's your strategy for today? Is it an opportunity to give more game time for some of your squad who maybe haven't figured so much this season?
His hand's been forced a bit, really, to be fair. We've got a girl out who's having to self-isolate with COVID at the moment, so that's not been ideal. We picked up another injury last week as well, which again, that's not been ideal. So it just gives an opportunity for the youngsters who we've got in the squad who we've brought up from the academy, just to have a go themselves. And to be fair, they're training really well and we've no qualms in putting them in at all. A couple of the girls have already had games before and they're fitting pretty well. So yeah, it's just we're going with what we've got today, but we've no qualms. We've no qualms about it. We're full of confidence with them. Yeah.
Okay. Liam, a narrow loss in the Cup to York and a defeat to a very strong Castleford side this season so far, but it doesn't get any tougher than reigning champions Leeds. How do you approach today's game?
How do we approach today's game? To be honest, we've just been looking at the bits and pieces that we can fix up. We weren't far away against York at all, to be honest, and for long periods of the game against Cass, we weren't far away again. There's not much difference in our team to those sort of teams, to be quite honest, apart from errors. So we're sort of focusing on, looking after the ball a bit more and taking it to them and just concentrating on the things that we can do right, to be honest, rather than the opposition.
So do you see weaknesses in Leeds' side, or is it a matter of concentrating on the basics and then building from this into the season in general?
Well, to be honest, Leeds are always going to have a strong team, aren't they? But we're just focusing, like I've said, on the bits and pieces that we can control. We can't control what Leeds are going to put out there. We can't control, what their game plan is, what they're going to do. We're just going to try and slow them down, try and, really focus on and do what we can do best, really. And that would be, we're going to look to slow them down and speed our game up.
Have you been able to call upon a fully fit squad?
We've had to rest a couple of players actually today, sort of looking at the games we've got ahead. We're putting some of the younger guns in, to be honest, but I'm confident they can do a job and it's their chance to shine.
Thanks.
To shine then, says Liam Harnell. A chance to shine, Leon Price. It's going to be a tough one. I think we know that from looking at the two team sheets. Wakefield without some of their star players, but it is an opportunity, and this may well be the starting block for some of these youngsters to kick on their Super League careers.
Absolutely, yeah, totally right. I think, speaking from my personal past experience, when I was younger, I didn't have a chance of getting in the team at the start of the season, but when 2 or 3 players got injured, Nick Ziste and players like that, then that gave me a chance just to slot in on the wing, and it'll be same for the Wakefield ladies. They've got a few people missing, but that gives the youngsters a chance to come out and show what you're made of. Take your chance with both hands and really make the most of it, and that this could be the start of a glittering career for quite a few of the ladies today.
And for Leeds, we know the standards there are high. They've had the big wins, and they will have one eye on next weekend. St Helens in the Cup semi-final. They're without Winfield Hill, who is rested today. But you look at that lineup, there's a lot of Grand Final winning experience. There's a lot of Challenge Cup winning experience as well. These are big game players for the Rhinos.
Yeah, they are, and I think the key thing you say there is that if they take their eye off the ball just for a couple of seconds, that's when injuries happen. That's when the performances can drop, and that's when things can go wrong. You've really got to be focused, especially for the start of the game when you've got a big game coming up next week. You've really got to take it. I know it's all cliche, but it really is one game at a time. Don't take your eye off the ball. Get in the game early doors and take this game really seriously before you worry about next week.
Yeah, Wakefield in their traditional blue kit coming out then for this one. They'll be hoping that home advantage may help them here against the champions, the Leeds Rhinos. Clouds overhead, but the conditions pretty good. The pitch, as you'll know, Leon, from your time playing on that field at Wakefield, it's always pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad sometimes when they look after the grass. Yeah, it can be a bit tough, bit hard sometimes, but yeah, it's a good track. Is Wakefield ground. It's Bellevue. It's been around a long time. It's one of the old school stadiums that you always get a little bit of stick off the crowd when it's full. Obviously, we're looking forward to the crowd returning very shortly.
We are indeed. Tomorrow night, the crowds will be back in the Men's Super League, but today here on Twitch we're live in the Betfred Women's Super League as the Leeds Rhinos take on Wakefield Trinity, the two teams coming out for this one. It is going to be a test. We are going to be looking at one of the best teams, if not the best team in Women's Rugby League in the Northern Hemisphere. There is a World Cup coming up at the end of the year as well, so plenty at stake for all these players, not just club-wise but international-wise as well. And we're looking forward to seeing how the two get on today as the players will pay their respect. There is no room for racism or any form of discrimination in the sport of rugby league or anywhere in the world. And the Leeds players choosing to kneel, the Wakefield players choosing to stand, as is their right to do. And we are just moments away from kick-off in the Betfred Women's Super League. So much change Wakefield side, Leon. What will the instructions have been from Leon Harnell as they went out onto the field?
I'm not too sure. I think you would like them to obviously work for each other and to never give in, to keep on playing through adversity. That's what it's all about. Take your chance, complete your sets, try and control the ball, try and complete a few sets early doors, get to a kick, and you know, it's all about working for each other. Show that team spirit, show that you want to play for each other and play for the club, play for the badge, and that's what it's all about in these kind of games.
Coaches always say when we're lucky enough to interview them after the game, they often find out more about their players when the times are hard and they're up against it. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's just, it's, you know, sometimes backs up against the wall can produce the best performances, you know, when you least expect it. So for me, that's what I'm looking for today, is a real big performance from Wakefield.
Well, let's see how they get on. We're about to get underway. The referee Ellis McCarthy will blow his whistle for the first time, and Leeds in their blue and amber will get first use of the ball. The ball bouncing around on the floor, and a couple of attempted tackles here. They're going to try and run round them. Leeds are already looking to expand play from the kickoff. They get it out wide on this near side. There's a chance down the touchline here. The Rhinos rampaging with Powell down the sideline. And what a first opening tackle that was. Leeds well inside Wakefield's half here as McCallion gets in at dummy half. Here comes Frayne. Frayne driving forward. They're 10 away already, the Rhinos here, looking to make a rampaging start in the early moments at Bellevue. But there could be an injury here. And this will be a concern for Leeds. Frayne down. Well, that was some statement of intent from the kickoff, Leon.
Absolutely fantastic open rugby league flowing football there, straight from the kickoff. But it was this tackle here that looked as though a knee could have twisted, maybe a shoulder. I'm not too sure. It's one of them awkward falls that can cause most damage, but she looks like she's okay.
Yeah, going to play on then here. McCallion again in at dummy half. Will be assessing the options all around and gets the ball in field. And now the ball moved across the back line, and they're looking to take on the line with Beavers, the fullback, joining in there. Tackle just in front of the post here. Big chance for Leeds, sorting up their account early on. They move it now to their right-hand side. Ball's on the ground, and the referee will deem that was a knock-on. So a little bit of respite for Wakefield. A tough opening minute for them, and if they're in any doubt as to what they were going to face from this Leeds team, they saw it in the opening 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, I think it was obviously that Leeds looked really well organised. The structure looks fantastic. They look organised to the right hand side. It was just a little bit of a poor pass that went behind the player that caused the error. But yeah, they look organised, the Leeds.
Wakefield are just going to try and work it away. It's a good carry on the opening tackle. Frayne was in there defensively as Wakefield now. These are the tough carries, bringing it off their own line. And the Leeds defence, as you'd expect, busy in the middle of the park. As Wakefield now will just get the ball away immediately from the ruck area. And you get the feeling that Beth Lindsay's going to be busy today trying to direct this Wakefield forward pack around the side as Swain is tackled. A little bit of a show and go there, and Wakefield work their way up to the 40. The tackle is made just short of the 40. Couple of tackles left in the set. Ball goes back in field, and Wakefield now will try and work their way towards the halfway line. Frayne again involved defensively, as this is the last one. They're going to go kick towards that far touchline. It's not the deepest kick, and it could cause a problem here, and almost picked up, but Moxon eventually gets the hand on the ball. Not the worst set for Wakefield to start their possession.
I think that was a really good set. I thought they looked organised. There was definitely a good little bit of skill involved. They got to where they needed to, and they got to one last play with a good kick. So yeah, good set from Wakefield.
Here come Beavers then, gets it away, but the offload was put down. Well, it was a good offload, Leon. There'll be disappointment from the Rhinos. They didn't take that one in. Hannah Butcher with a knock-on.
Yeah, a little bit of poor skill again, and that's 2 sets from 2 that Leeds have made the error. They'll be disappointed with that, and this is what can happen sometimes when you're thinking about next week. As you see, Beavers makes the offload, and that's just a real easy catch there that should have been made. But this is what happens sometimes when you've got big games coming up, is you can take your eye off the ball, and Leeds so far are doing so.
Well, here come Wakefield scooting their way across the field, and now trying to straighten things up, just a slip there that made Liv Whitehead a bit of a sitting target. She's got plenty of pace, Whitehead. And now the ball taken forward by Green, who's a former rugby union player. And looks for work off the touchline. Ball now goes centre of the field. Little dummy again, and Wakefield's forwards, to be fair, are making good progress here. Leeds having to do some defending early on. As the ball now moves centre of the field, looking to move it out wide. Leeds defence is good. Staveley was there. That was a good first contact, and Leeds defending well on their own 20. Ball now goes over on the far side of the field. They get the ball out to the winger. There's no room there. The defenders are in, and Moxon there with a strong challenge. Throws her opposite winger over the sideline. Great defence.
Yeah, fantastic defence there from Leeds. She's managed to pick her up and just toss her over the sideline. But I really like the way Wakefield have started this game. They've been really just smart, structured, keeping it simple, one-pass plays, and that gets you into the game. Just one little bit of an error there, but good start from Wakefield. Impressed by him so far.
Yeah, now they've got some defending to do here. Scoreless early on as Johnson is tackled. 30 off the Leeds line. They'll play it now. One up rugby as they try and clear their lines. Good carry forward from Oldroyd. Oldroyd is wrestled to the ground. Good work from Price in the middle of the pitch. Ball now works out wide over on the far side. It's Zoe Hornby, who's been ever present for the Rhinos this season, who's tackled on halfway. The ball comes down to the middle, and you can see the attacking shape starting to form for Leeds as they take one straight through the middle. Johnson again, second carry of the set. Tackle made. We'll play the ball now. Are they going to spread play out here? The ball's on the ground again. It wasn't the best pass to Gaines, who couldn't take it in. McCallion will be disappointed with that. And once again, Leeds not getting to the end of their set.
Well, that's 3 from 3, Mark, and yeah, I think McKillian, I think it was a good pass from dummy half myself. I just think it was a poor catch again. That's 3 balls that have gone down from 3 sets. Leeds really do need to tighten up here because they can make this a really difficult afternoon for themselves, especially if Wakefield can start to put pressure on Leeds by completing their sets. That's the key to this now, to get in this game, is to complete the sets here for Wakefield.
Yeah, Leanne Candler will play the ball. One of the late replacements in the starting lineup. There were a couple of failed fitness tests earlier on for Wakefield. There's
good shot.
Another debutant there. Brooke Price takes it forward. That was a strong challenge there.
Nice, lovely, great shot.
Well, they're going down the short side again here, Wakefield. They're making a good start here. That's a good carry over on the far side. Really strong run. Emma Kershaw, whose brother Lee plays for the first team in the men's squad at Wakefield. Ball infield again. Wakefield have got good territory here. Can they produce a decent end to this set? They've got a couple of tackles left. They're going to work down the short side again. Trying to catch the defence napping, but Hornby's across makes the challenge. And this will be the last one for Wakefield. What kind of kick can they get on the end of it? They're going to kick across the field towards the post. It's going to be allowed to bounce, and in the end it rolls dead. Just a little bit too much on the kick.
Just a bit too strong here, but we're looking here for a quick tap from Beaver. She's going to be away. Oh, Wakefield are alert, but it's great, good quick tap. Yeah, Wakefield, fantastic start to the game for them. Really simple and basic play, but that's the way that you really complete your sets, and I'm impressed with them so far. If they can just sort their last plays out, it'll give them a chance to get better territory on last play.
They will. Yeah, here's Fran Goldthorpe, who scored in the Challenge Cup final and the Super League Grand Final as Leeds did the double in 2019. Got 4 tries last week in the win over the Bradford Bulls, so he started this season in good form as well. As Staveley carries it strong. The back rowers at Leeds really are strong and getting good go forward again down the middle of the park. Here they go now, looking to spread play out. Here's Frayne into the action. Candler with a good tackle brings it down. But Leeds now just starting to put a set together. Can they get to the end of it as McCallion jumps out of dummy half? Past the markers now. Can she get the pass away? Looking to offload, but the tackle is made.
Yeah, McCallion looks dangerous. She looks really organised around dummy half.
Here now is Gaines. Going to kick towards the far corner. It's well taken there.
Good tackle.
Brooke Price. Yeah, on debut today for Wakefield. She's been heavily involved already. Well, she wondered what the Women's Super League was like, Leon. She knows now. She's had a couple of big hits and a couple of big carries as well.
Well, she'll feel that one in the morning, won't she? Yeah, definitely. Great catch and great tackle as she caught the ball. That's what you get paid to do, is catch them really dangerous balls that could cause trouble if left.
Yeah, again, Wakefield maybe guilty of trying to run across the field. And it causes them a problem. Whitehead it was, who is trying to run round the Leeds defence rather than through it. And they're a tough, uncompromising lot, this Leeds defence, and they came up with a great tackle there. Eleanor Powell it was who really got the body weight behind the tackle, and they'll get the ball back, Leeds.
Yeah, that reminded me when Gordon Tallis picked up Hodgson in the State of Origin game there. It was about 15 yards, the runner in touch. But yeah, great teamwork from Leeds. Great to pick her up there and drag her so far. It shows her determined in defence.
Here they go again then, ball in hand. Amy Johnson will carry the ball forward. 15 out from the try line. Leeds looking to open their account inside the opening 10 minutes as they run across to their right hand side. Ball turned back on the angle. Great run from Staveley, and Staveley will crash through. The fullback had no chance. That was all about the pass and the angle of the run. And Leeds, the champions, are off and running. They lead by 4 points to 0. Amy Staveley with a try.
Yeah, very impressive from Staveley. She started this game like a house on fire. She's been fantastic. I think that's her second carry now. And it all comes from this play here where you look, two defenders, pick her up, drive her onto the sideline. That creates some chance here now. If you watch her go, she goes across field, shows one, drops off the second runner, Staveley, who's too big, too strong from that distance there. But it's the angles going across field that creates opportunity for Staveley to come back against the grain. And just, she's too big and too strong once that opening opens up.
Yeah, it was a good, well-disguised pass from Butcher and Staveley. Well, we mentioned earlier only on these back rowers. They are pretty good as well. We'll see the kick here then. Going to be taken by the Leeds Rhinos. Normally it's Courtney Winfield-Hill who's on the kicking duties. This will be an easy-ish assignment for the Rhinos then. As forward they come now, 10 metres out, and the kick is good. And it's taken, it was Tasha Gaines who's on kicking duty today, the Leeds number 17. 1 from 1 for her, 6 points to 0. And this was the opening try.
Yeah, it's the organisation from dummy half, and it's the half-back that just goes across, shows one, and then drops the second one with a nice disguised pass. And it's the angle from Staveley that also creates opportunity to open the gap. And she'll open the scoring. She deserves a try as well. She's probably been Leeds' best player so far as Staveley, and also Frayne in the back row. Them two ladies are really dangerous.
Yeah, they are indeed. And I guess for David Gibbons, the coach, Leon, he'd be saying, look, we've completed a set. Look what happens. We've got to complete more of them.
Yeah, that really, I think that will obviously calm a little bit of the nerves, make them realise that they're in a game here now, and they want to start ticking them sets off one by one. And this is an important one as well, straight after a try to finish this set.
Oh, a knock on from Frayne. That was a devilishly difficult kick, wasn't it? And found the gap on the touchline. Well, that's a real bonus for Wakefield.
It's the commentator's curse as per usual. I've just been praising Frayne for a start of the game, and then she goes and knocks on and does me over. So yeah, it's one of those ones. It's a difficult one to take. Maybe should have used the foot first. Just tap it with your foot before and let the ball stop dead, and then pick it up and go.
Here's Lindsay then at dummy half. Wakefield 20 out then. They've just conceded the first points, but they're back on the front foot here as Swain takes it forward. Almost 10 metres away. They're going down the left-hand side. Little pass there, trying to get Kershaw on the edge.
Tackle.
And Kershaw's wrapped up. Good defending from Leeds, but they're going to be tested here as Wakefield inside the 10. Goldthorpe all over that play though. Stops the ball 9 metres away. And here forward now come Wakefield, looking to run towards the post. Taylor sidestepping through. Going to be wrapped up just short of the try line. Now here they go again. And it's Lindsay, former Barrow player, that's tackled a couple of metres away. Can they get their way over the line? They're looking to kick out wide, but it's a simple kick, and it's picked up, and Goldthorpe is away, and Goldthorpe is quick, breaks the line of defence. They're chasing back. They are closing the gap here. Whitehead it is. What a tackle. What a cover tackle from Whitehead, but the danger not yet gone here. Trying to go down the short side. Beavers it is, sidestepping away down the line, and she's going to get there. Beavers saw a gap on the touchline side and scampers down that wing and will come around underneath the post to score. Second try for Leeds, and it came on the end of that poor kick at the other end. The initial break from Goldthorpe, and then Beavers too quick makes it Leeds 10, Wakefield 0.
Yeah, that was, I think, for me, that comes from Wakefield not putting enough pressure on Leeds with the ball. They had 4 one-out carries, which you can't afford to do when you're in Leeds' half. You need the half-backs of Abby Price and Swan to step up and direct the goals around the field. It's a poor kick, well collected, And Goldthorpe were away, and we thought from here that she put the foot on the gas and she were away to finish the try. But what a cover back tackle this was from Whitehead, who nearly put her into touch as well. But then if you watch at the markers both go the same way, over chase. Forget about Goldthorpe, and she's too quick and too smart from there. And she'll race around and make the angle better for the conversion. And that'll be the second try of the afternoon for Leeds Rhinos, ladies.
Yeah, almost overworking there, weren't they, the markers, as you said, Leon. They both ran infield. They could see where they thought the danger was on the opening side, as Gaines from a virtually identical spot will look to make it 2 from 2, and that's exactly what she does. Leeds lead here by 12 points to 0. Well, the effort was there from Wakefield, Leon, but maybe the game smart's just lacking a touch there.
Yeah, as I said before, I think it's Price that needs to stand up and start controlling the game a little bit more in the danger area in the red zone. But it's a poor kick, goes straight to Goldthorpe's hands. Fantastic chase back from Whitehead. Fantastic tackle. But if you watch here, it's all about communication. If you're talking at marker, you know which way you're both going. But they both go the same way. Forget about Beavers, and then it's all about the footwork. In and out. And that's quite an easy finish though, but fantastic play from Beavers. Great finish.
Yeah, it was indeed. 12 points to 0 in the blink of an eye. 2 tries in 3 minutes for Leeds as the restart this time is taken. Gaines it is, tries to sidestep through, but good defence there. Green involved, good strong tackling as well from Wakefield. Alicia Rhodes was involved as well. Ball carried forward. Here goes Johnson up the middle. 3 Wakefield defenders there to close down the danger. But they're already up to the halfway line, and now over the halfway line they go. Good tackling from Beth Lindsay, the Wakefield number 9. McCallion is in at dummy half. Well, thought about going down the right, then thought to come to the left-hand side. They've got numbers here, and there's another breakdown. Offload goes, and he just couldn't take it in. It was Frayne who couldn't quite claw that ball in, but that was a great round the tackler offload there from Leeds. They're just starting to show their skills now.
Yeah, really impressive stuff from Leeds. It was a lovely short ball. Just a little bit too far in front for Gaines to be able to get there. Powell maybe could have finished it if it wouldn't have been touched. But yeah, fantastic skills around the corner pass, which is quite difficult to do, but just a little bit too far forward. So yeah, good, impressive stuff though. Good signs for Leeds.
Wakefield just need to try and compose themselves as the ball driven forwards. Good carry as well there from Shackleton. Out on this near side, again the ball out wide. Kerrigan with a good shot there on Rhodes, but Rhodes did well. Wakefield not shying away from the challenge in front of them at the moment. Ball now carried again. Another good carry from the Wakefield forward pack. When they get the ball in hand, they're doing well. It was Swain that time who gets it forward. Sorry, Swan that time who got it forward. And they're over the halfway line again. What can they produce on the end of it? There was a bang of the head on the floor there. But they'll get up and play the ball. Physio may want to have a look at that. But here they go now. Short pass. Good defence from Leeds, middle of the park. But they are starting to ask a few questions, Wakefield. Now can they get a good kick away? They're going to come across and angle the kick towards the touchline, but it's gone out on the full. Disappointing end to what was a pretty good set from Wakefield.
Yeah, they just can't seem to piece everything together. They're having some of the starts of the sets of being good, but then they're not finishing sets well. And as you see on the last tackle, I think it's Price that looks to put the kick deep. It skew whiffs off the boot, goes straight into touch, will give Leeds an early cheap turnover. Cheap possession, yeah, cheap yards.
Yeah, good defence again though in the middle of the park from Wakefield. Holding up the Leeds forwards as McCallion jumps out of dummy half. Little dummy, goes it alone. Good tackle middle of the park from Price. Defending well in the centre. Ball now with Beavers, gets it away. And now Hornby takes it forward. Tackle made again. Price working hard, middle of the park. As Leeds looking for a third score. Gaines moves the ball wide. Again, they get the pass away. Frayne this time finds the gap, and Frayne racing for the line will score in the corner. Good hands down the centre of the field, and Frayne, who couldn't get a hands on one just a couple of minutes ago, takes this one in and has the third Leeds try. It's 16 points to 0.
Yeah, fantastic play by Leeds. Really good, expansive, flowing rugby league football. But for me, I really like the way that Orla McKillian is really organising around dummy half area. If anybody's wanting to learn how to play dummy half, the hooker position, just keep your eyes on her. She's looking around. Her service is always on the money. But then it's a lovely little tip of the line for Frayne, who's been fantastic at the start of this game. And she's too fast there. She goes in and away from the fullback. Her line, fantastic, great finish, nice composure, good timing on the edge. But for me, it's fantastic work from Orla McKillian. She's been really organising the plays, looking both sides of the look. She looks left, looks right, and her service from dummy half is always on the money. I really like the way she started the game.
Yeah, and a shout out for Amy Johnson there with a pass at the line. Superb skill. Frayne in, 5th try of the season in League and Cup already for Ellie Frayne. Natasha Gaines now with a kick. 2 from 2. This one's slightly more difficult, but would hope to give this a good shot from out wide. Left-footed kicker. It's a tough assignment though, just 5 in from touch. That's 16 points to 0. Leeds lead here, and the kick pulled across the face of goal, and it remains 16 points to 0. For any Leeds fans tuning in, wondering where Courtney Winfield-Hill is, she will be back next week for the semi-finals. Here's the try again. Well, we've mentioned the back rows already, Leon, and both of them on the score sheet already. It's clear where the threats are.
Yeah, but you were right, Mark. It was Johnson's ball, the subtlety of the pass right in front of the breadbasket for a really good catch for Frayne, who then she's, like you say, she started the game really well alongside Staveley in the back rows, the really dangerous edge runners. But the hard work was done there by Johnson. The ball was to perfection, so fantastic pass and well finished, well executed.
Yeah, 20 minutes on the stopwatch already here. 16 points to 0. Leeds, the Super League champions, lead here live on Twitch this afternoon. Leon Price, former Grand Final Challenge Cup winner, our commentary team today. There's a restart gathered on the full, and forward now go the Rhinos. There's a good tackle in the middle of the park there by Danny Swain. And Wakefield are really going to have to stick at their task here as the ball carried forward again by the Rhinos. Good work on Hornby there, just short of the halfway line. The Leeds pack just keep on coming though, middle of the park. Good tackle again though there from Swain. Wrapped up the ball as well as the player. Bit of wrestling at the play of the ball. And McCallion again is off, looking for a gap. And looking, but can't find one on this occasion, as again Swain, that's 3 back-to-back tackles made there in the middle of the park. Ball on the ground, referee will deem that went backwards. Picked up here now by Staveley. Staveley a threat. Well, I think that's got to be a record. I think Danny Swain just made 4 straight tackles there. Superb effort.
I don't think I made 4 tackles in 4 years sometimes, Mark. Trying to avoid it as much as I could.
Well, kick over the top. Now, was that played at by Green? She tried to catch it, but I'm not sure she got a hand on it. And, no. Did she get a hand on it? I think she did. The official has just signalled here. Let's have a look at this. It's Gaines with a kick. Well-weighted kick as well. There was an attempt to catch it.
I think the touch judge just said that she did, I think. I think he signalled that she just got a finger on it, did she?
Well, you lost the Grand Final on a decision like that, Leon. Sorry to remind you about it, but...
I've lost a few on bad decisions, Mark. Never our fault.
Well, Leeds have got the ball, 10 away. Dangerous times here as they go for try and crashing over it. It's Hornby, but she's lost it.
She dropped it over the line.
She's lost it over the line on the first tackle. Leeds will be furious with that. Zoe Hornby played in every game so far, looked a certain scorer. But again, you've got to credit the Wakefield defence.
Absolutely, I think it was Swain who was riding on the back all the way to the try line and doing anything she could to stop the try. And as she tried to put the ball down, it's come loose, trying to ground the ball for the try. But great defence from Wakefield there. If you just watch Swain here on the top, riding on there, and she just manages to get her hands involved, and then she couldn't control the put down.
Yeah, Swain's just picked up a knock here. They'll be, she's got a smile on her face. I'm sure the lungs will be burning after that defensive stint we've just seen from Wakefield, but they're 10 off their own line. They bring it forward now, and Leeds looking to really clamped down defensively. They've won the last 2 games without conceding a try, Leeds. That's the size of the test that Wakefield face here today. But they've started off pretty well. Didn't concede in the opening 10 minutes, but then 3 tries in 10 minutes for the Rhinos. And Wakefield here now trying to turn the ball back inside. Swain with nowhere to go. Oldroyd it was with a tackle. This defence, well, it's everywhere at the minute.
Oldroyd really impressive in this defensive set. Even though she just missed that one, I think she's made 2 or 3 really tough, aggressive tackles. Good to see.
Yeah, last one. They need a big kick here. They will hoist it high. This one's going close to the touchline, and it landed. Now, did that land on the line?
Oh, that's on the line for me. Oh no,
well, the touch judge
it
said it's a touch finder, so that's a great kick as it happens.
Great
Wakefield
kick,
won't be
fantastic
questioning
kick.
the decision. It will be the turnover.
Oh, that's out on the full. That's out on the full. touch has got that one wrong.
Well,
but Wakefield will take it. Wakefield will take it.
They will. And sometimes you need a bit of luck. They got a bit there. Oh, there's a knock on. And now Wakefield on the back of that stand on their own goal line have got the ball over the halfway line. Taylor will jump in at dummy half. It's another dead set error there. Staveley, I think, was looking where to run rather than getting the ball, and now defending, trying to atone for the error as Wakefield with Taylor come forward. Ball now runs straight forward towards the post. Swain again.
This is where we need Price to step up. We need Price to step up and get her hands on the ball and control the girls around the field.
Well, here they're coming to this near side. Rhodes it is. Good tackle. Kerrigan, I think it was, with a first up tackle. It was Kerrigan. Good defence. As now the ball goes in field. Here again towards the post. Leeds defending well, middle of the park. There's an error here. I think it was a knock on. Shackleton couldn't hold on in traffic. And I think that will be the thing that Liam Harden will be a little bit disappointed with Leon, is when they have had the ball down that end, they've not really done enough with it.
Yeah, the problem is when you keep the game simple, it's good for completing sets, but you're not putting enough pressure on the Leeds defence. It's too simple, and I think Swain and Price really need to step up and combine together and put some attacking shape together and just play a little bit of rugby. If you make the mistake, you make the mistake, but you've got to put more pressure. Leeds are too good for defending simple plays.
There indeed, we just saw carry from Lucy Murray, who's come on the bench. She's replaced Amy Johnson. As Leeds starting to bring on their bench here, as a bit of a juggle from Kerrigan, did well and then finds an offload. Great offload as well. Frame going forward. He will take the tackle from Brown. Brown with good defence there. But Leeds now on the front foot again. Oldroyd up the middle and again an offload. This is getting dangerous now. Beavers is 30 metres away. Wrapped up middle of the park. Hume is now in at dummy half. Sam Hume on from the bench as well, gets the ball away. Here's Butcher. Butcher gets it away. Murray almost through the line. Good tackle, Taylor. This has been a good set from Leeds. Can they end it off with a score? Now they're going down the short side. Butcher gets the pass away. Chance here for Goldthorpe. Sidesteps through a tackle. And Fran Goldthorpe got 4 against the Bulls last week. And she scored again this week. 20 points to 0. Brilliant stuff from the Rhinos. They took their chance when it arose. They lead by 20 points to 0.
Yeah, fantastic little bit of footwork there from Goldthorpe. But it's the organisation and the skill to go to the line, put a nice little short ball. It's good defence from Wakefield. To be fair, they got there, made the tackle. Hume goes to dummy half, looks to her right, great ball. It's just a little short lead ball here now. Good timing. Goldthorpe in and away. Fantastic centre play. That's what the centres want to do. They're your X Factor players. They've got to come up with that little bit of magical play to create opportunities for themselves. Goldthorpe, she's all class. She's all class and skill. Fantastic finish there.
Yeah, as we said earlier, scored in the Grand Final and the Challenge Cup wins in 2019. Tasha Gaines with another tough kick to come here. Kicked her first 2, missed the last one. We'll be hoping to slot this one over. We were just saying earlier, Courtney Winfield Hill rested today. Leeds, St Helens next weekend in the Betfred Women's Challenge Cup. Castleford and York going head to head. 2 cracking semi-finals. Make sure you get your eyes on those if you can. But here Gaines looking to extend the Leeds lead. On the right side for her here. She comes forward, sends it high towards the post, but it's waved away. So disappointment there. It remains 20 points to nil, but I think we're just starting to see a couple of those combinations now. Leon starting to develop, and Butcher with hands on the ball here knew exactly what the plan was.
Yeah, Butcher's been really impressive. She's been really organised. She makes one play, hits the ball, and she steps up again, flat at the line, goes to the line, showing the ball. Short lead to Goldthorpe, who's too classy and silky from there. Comes off the right foot and finishes with a nice, silky bit of play from Goldthorpe. Good start.
Try, scored. Yeah, very good indeed. 20 points to nil. Approaching the half-hour mark here. Wakefield, who've worked hard.
Yeah, I really like the way that Butcher plays. She's getting on the hands on the ball once, hitting it shot, and then she's playing again, play for a play, and she's staying involved. And that's what you want your key players to do, is to be involved all the time.
Yeah, and the runners know the angles, and it's proving to be a successful combination as the kickoff is a little bit deeper this time. Gaines will pop the ball up. Frayne, an ever-willing runner, but a good tackle initially, but bounces off one. Rhodes will finish it off with Lindsay around the legs as well. Lindsay getting through a lot of work as well in the middle of the park. Ball just behind there, the forward run of Oldroyd, but Oldroyd took it in nicely. Again, good defence, middle of the park. Sub starting to come into play now. Steph Spencerhurst is on for a debut, the teenager. Big moment for her in her Super League career. As Leeds now with Staveley will play the ball. Across the field they go. An incisive run again. Good run from McCallion. Oh, ball's come free. It was stolen. Kershaw it was who came up with a tackle. Well, that was brilliant stuff.
Great steal, great thinking. Oh, good offload.
So Wakefield now starting to get a bit of go forward. It's Lindsay again on the end of it.
It's a beautiful steal if you watch here. Just as she's about to fall to the floor, pulls it out. Great steal.
Not only that, the reaction as well to get the loose ball under control. As now Wakefield knocking on the door. Can they open their account? They're inside the 30. Price is wrapped up. They're trying to wrestle into the ground, and eventually they will, the Leeds defenders. Lindsay's going to go short side again. Now here
this is where Wakefield
Kershaw.
are struggling. They need Price and Swan to step up together.
Here's a little grubber kick towards the in-goal area. It's picked up on the far side, and a determined run here from the goal line, bumping off a couple of tackles. It's Moxon. Rhodes tried to put the shot on, then they came in off the wing. Green. Tell you what, they're not missing here, some of these defenders.
Great run. That was like watching the Volcano back in the day. Fantastic. Bump 2, 3, 4 players off at a time. What a run. Fantastic from Moxon.
Yeah, Green it was with a shot at the end of it as well. Meeting fire with fire as Staveley will carry strong again. Brown trying to complete the tackle with Kershaw on the halfway line. Now there's a stoppage in play here. There is a player down, a Wakefield player down on the far side. There's a little bit of concern here. You see it top of your screen. And the referee quite rightly stopping the action. It's been quite a strong start, a quick start. Not many stoppages in the game, Leon.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good flow in rugby league. I think obviously with the rule changes, with the no scrum downs, that keeps the game really fast and flowing. And the last plays have helped as well, because they're always staying in play, which keeps the game flowing fast. But Moxon here for me is fantastic. Palm off, in and away, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what a shot on the end from Rhodes. But that's a great run. That's what you want to see your wingers doing. Carrying back with interest. Great play. That was like watching a Volcano back in the day for me.
It was. Beth Lindsay's got a bit of a problem here, and Wakefield are already ravaged by injury. They won't want to lose one of their key players, and Beth Lindsay certainly would fall into that category. She's clearly got a knock there. We'll try and run it off, but Leeds on the halfway line here. They've already got 4 tries this afternoon, and they'll want more. The Super League champions, there's a gap here for Beavers. Beavers is quick. Beavers sidesteps past one, goes past the fullback, and Caitlin Beavers will stroll in under the post for her second of the afternoon. Well, she had a mountain of players outside her, stepped off the left foot, wrong-footed the fullback, and Beavers in again. 5th try for the Rhinos. They lead 24 points to 0.
Very impressive, very, very impressive there. It's the organisation, goes to the line, the ball goes out of the back, and then it's all about the speed from Beavers. There's no substitute for pace. She goes in and away off the left foot, does the full back, and it's all class and all skill from Beavers. She's really, really impressive. You can see every time she carries the ball, she does so with grace and skill, and yeah, it's a great finish.
The 5th try of the season, had 3 in 3 coming into this one, a double on the day. And Tasha Gaines, I think we'll be thankful this one's underneath the post. Should be a little bit more straightforward as she looks to have her 3rd conversion of the afternoon. Well, the sun is shining and the tries are flowing at Bellevue this afternoon, live on Twitch. As the Rhinos look to make it a 26-point lead, and that's exactly what they do with a conversion from Gaines. 3 from 5 on the afternoon. And Leeds just showing Leon they've got the threat to score from anywhere on the field. Yeah,
it's the halfbacks that are linking up nicely, and Beavers gets on the end of it, but it's the speed. There's no substitute for pace. When you've got pace like that, it's so hard to defend in and away, and then she finishes with the ball diving down on and not putting it down with 2 hands like you see some players do. She finishes it properly as a proper try on the chest, which is a great way to finish. Good try. Well worked.
Yeah, it was indeed. And Wakefield's just got to try and see out this period before half-time if they can, but Leeds are ruthless. They've shown that in their wins so far this season. When they sniff a bit of blood in the water, Leon, they're going to take their chance and score some points.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're easing up either. You know, we know they've got a big game next week, but they're all firing up here now, carrying the ball strong. Stavely again, she's been impressive, and it's good to see that Leeds are keeping the foot on the gas here. And as they go left to right to left, looking to attack this left edge. With the back rowers, Allroyd's been really aggressive as well so far.
Yeah, Leeds defenders on the ground as they come down this near side. Gaines with a lovely miss-out pass. Robinson, who's on from the bench, is wrapped up. Sophie Robinson had an awful ankle injury a couple of seasons ago. Kept her out for a large part. Great to see her back on the field. Oh, there's a drop from Stavely, and the referee will deem that as a knock-on. So a little bit of respite here for Wakefield. Gaines with a floated pass, and I'm not really sure who it was to. It ended up on the ground.
Yeah, Stavely couldn't take it in. It was a bit of an awkward bounce pass, and as we know, when the ball bounces in rugby, we never can predict where the ball's going to go. So that was a difficult one to take, but Wakefield will be happy that they've got the ball in cheap territory there. Turnover. Let's see what they can do now with either halfbacks to step up and start taking more responsibility with the ball.
Well, here they go again. Another good carry this time, and it is Price, the halfback, former Huddersfield player, who's wrapped up. Little pirouette close to the ruck area, but the defence from Leeds. Murray it is who finishes off the tackle. Brilliant stuff from the Rhinos. As the ball now will come back towards the middle of the park. Here now goes Swain. Outstanding effort from her so far. Certainly leading by example, the front rower. Tackle made. They'll go now down the short side. Price thought about offloading, but will take on the tackle. The ball did come free. It's picked up by Kershaw. Kershaw almost through the line. Murray makes the tackle. They wanted a penalty, Wakefield. They're not going to get one. It would have been on the last tackle as well. They go back to the Price. Price will hoist it across the field. They need to get underneath this, but they don't. Gaines is first to react, and Gaines trying to sidestep away forward, looking for a hole in the defence. Doesn't find one. Tackle made.
Really impressive stuff by both teams. Great run and great defence. I think Swain's been fantastic in defence. She's all around the field. She's dropped it. It's Goldthorpe. She's dropped it. She's not happy. She's kicked it away into the field, to the sideline. Oh, it's a catch. That's play on.
Well, Sam Hume, she won't thank her for the pass there, but Goldthorpe furious. Either with a teammate or the official, one or the other. Take your pick.
Yeah, I think she caught that. I think she was happy with the official, but you win some, you lose some. Show better discipline, just get on with the game. Sometimes the calls are right, sometimes they're wrong.
Well, Wakefield will look to put their first points on the board. Lindsay again is in at dummy half. Tackle made down the short side. They go. Here goes Rhodes. Rhodes runs at Robinson. Robinson makes the tackle with a bit of help from Powell on the near side. And they're looking to try and steal it there. Robinson told to clear out of the way. And now they go down the short side. Lindsay again runs it forward. Robinson with good back-to-back tackles there. Swan jumps in at dummy half. Green looks keen for a run off the wing, but not going to get one on this occasion. Ball taken forward here by Brown. Brown is wrapped up. Wakefield are getting closer. Can they break down this resolute defence? They're going to hoist the kick high. It looks too deep. Will it bounce kindly? It does bounce kindly, and it is going to be a try for Wakefield. They have got it down, and it's Price who was quickest to react. Well, the kick looked like it was going to go out, and never let the rugby ball bounce. It bounces for Wakefield, and they are finally on the board, 26 points to 4.
And they deserve that for all the determination in this first half. The backs have been against the wall. They're playing against the benchmark team in the competition, the Leeds Rhinos. And they've stuck in there. They've kept on going. They've not got too disheartened. And this is what you see as a result of a high kick going up from Swan. Goes real high. Beavers doesn't know what to do. She thinks it's going too long. But it's Price who reacts first, picks the ball up, plants it down to get Wakefield's first try. Well deserved. They've stuck in there. They've done it tough for 35 minutes, but kept on going.
It's the first try Leeds have conceded in their last 3 games. Abby Price it was with a score. And a kick for Lisa Taylor here, hoping to turn the 4 into 6. Well, we say it every week, don't we? Whether we're watching the Men's Super League, the Women's Super League, you let that ball bounce, it can make a fool of you. And it did there of Beavers and the Leeds Rhinos.
Yeah, I think Beavers thought it was going dead. She didn't quite, because it went over her head. She didn't know where the ball was at, and I think she thought it was going dead, and it didn't. Bounce back. Good try.
Yeah, and now a confident strike from Lisa Taylor, makes no mistake. 26 points to 6. Here it is again. It was Swan just from the acting half position, just hoisted it in the air. And they were there in numbers. Fair play to the Wakefield players. There were plenty of them in and around the ball.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit of a mistake. Misjudgment from Beavers. She didn't watch the ball properly, especially when you're fullback. The ball's gone over her head. You've just got to try and keep your eyes on the ball at all times. And she took her off the ball a little bit there. And a fair play to Price for chasing up. She's probably been Wakefield's best player so far as Price. She's been in the game non-stop. It's good to see she gets her just rewards.
Yeah, the whistle blown for half-time. So the last act of the first half was for the Wakefield Trinity side. The referee, of course, keeps time in these games. And Ellis McCarthy decided at the break that would be that. And Leeds, who were well in control. Stavely, a double from Beavers, Frayne and Goldthorpe, all on the try-scoring list. 3 from 5 for the boot with Tasha Gaines, and then the try for Price back for Wakefield to make it 26 points to 6 at the break. Let's have a look back then, how the first half unfolded. Leon, Leeds showing some good signs in patches.
Yeah, and it's Stavely that started off really well. Nice little angle drop off. Too big, too strong from there. Then it was Wakefield that went to the left-hand side. A kick from Price, gathered by Goldthorpe, and she was away. We all thought there she'd put the hammer down and she'd maybe make the try line, but it's Whitehead who chases back, shows great commitment for the team, makes a fantastic tackle, but it's the markers that switch off. They both go the same way, and it's Beavers then who's too fast. In and away. She's got Leeds' second try. Fantastic finish from Beavers.
So that made it 12 points to 0, and then the third try here, probably the best of the lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Amy Johnson who just put a nice little tip-on pass to Frayne. Beautiful ball. And in the half-back again, going to the line. Goldthorpe, in and away. Classic play. Reminds me of Greg Inglis, that kind of play. In and away, at the line. And then it's all about Beavers' pace here. Too fast. In and away from the full-back. And that's the second time she's come up with that kind of skill. She's so dangerous and gets the ball down in the correct fashion. Swan putting the ball up high for the left boot, and Beavers just lets it go. She thought it was going dead. Price first to react. Fantastic try from Price, and they deserve that for sticking in there the full half.
Yeah, it's been tough at times for Wakefield. We've mentioned plenty of times their injuries, but they're sticking to the task. And at the break, it is the Leeds Rhinos 26, Wakefield 6. Well, it's a big year for Women's Super League. It's a big year for Rugby League in general. There's plenty to come and an action-packed year of Rugby League action.
Taken 10 months to get here, but Super League has reached its finale. Oh! He's hit the post. The chasers are on. The ball is disappearing. It's Wellesby. A surreal season has reached the conclusion.
Going for the corner. Well, that could be a sensational try. They could be in, they are in. Great run from Campbell. Can he get it down?
Anthony, get it in! Score! What a chance! They still have a chance! Oh, yes, he can!
Tita backs the pace and will score. Going for the line, reaches out, ball on the line, spots the gap, they're going for it. The cup winners, the double winners, the Leeds Rhinos.
That is one sensational try! He's went over for the try! He's going to score a try! It's the try!
Burrow, off he goes.
A tremendous try!
It is one of the great Wembley tries.
It is the Challenge Cup final.
And it's going to be Ash Handley.
A kick to the corner. This is a chase, and that's a brilliant take. Superb for Frank Goldthorpe.
And we're off. It's just popped up in the hole.
Here is an unforgettable moment for this group of Leeds players. Maybe this is a new golden generation.
I was a really sporty kid, and I did love all other sports. You know, I played football, played netball, rounders, loads of different sports. But when I started playing rugby, I just fell in love with it because no other sport that I've played has the same elements as rugby league. The physical side of it, playing made me feel really strong and powerful. And I just loved that about it, and it just made me feel great as a person, on and off the field.
She's still going here. Emily Rudge plunges in.
I never thought I'd have made it this far. I always knew I had ability, but I didn't realise how good my ability was, and the players around you and the staff and supporters, they've made me believe myself more in my ability.
Hardcastle are going to blast her way through, and that's a try for Bradford, is it?
Finally, I was given the opportunity to play rugby league, and it was just the best thing ever. I've been wanting to play rugby league my whole life since growing up in Papua New Guinea. It's a massive step up, especially at this level. It's so athletic. That's the thing I love most about it.
It gives me a sense of belonging, it's somewhere I can come and I know everyone's supporting me. It's a really supportive atmosphere, and people want you to do well, people want you to succeed, and I think it's hard to find that outside of rugby. It's like a family, and that's what I love about it so much.
Can Roach find that edge? They go into the corner. Here's Gentles going for it. In she goes. Try Castleford.
At Dacia, we know how to make a little go a long way. So right now, you can pick up the award-winning Dacia Duster for £149 a month. Dacia, you do the maths.
Yes, the Rugby League World Cup to come at the end of the season. The men's, the women's and the wheelchair competitions. And Leon Price, as a former international yourself, it must get the juices flowing. And obviously for the players who are hoping to be involved, every week's a chance to showcase yourself for the coach that you're worthy of picking in that international team at the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think now as well that crowds are starting to come back in. That'll give the excitement and the juice for playing the game even more. I think, you know, it's good playing these games, and you've got a lot to look forward to. But you need the crowds coming in, and you need the excitement of the crowd to really lift you up. So I think that'll be an extra boost as from tomorrow when we can start getting people in live at games. Yeah, and you know when you've got a World Cup coming up at the end of the year, you know you need to get yourself in big shape. You need to know, you need to be committed, make sacrifices off the field so that you're in the peak performance years. And yeah, I'm looking forward to watching as many games as possible. I think this has been a really impressive game this afternoon. We've seen some really good talent. So when you see all the players showcase around the world on the same stages, is what everybody looks forward to, especially rugby geeks like myself and yourself who watch a lot of games.
Yeah, and I've no doubt some of the Leeds players we're looking at this afternoon will feature heavily in the England squad for the Women's World Cup. Dave Gibbons will be... is it fair to say he might be a little bit disappointed despite the fact that they lead by 26 points to 6 at the break? Will he feel there's a lot more to come from his side?
I think you've got to put it into perspective. I think Wakefield have done well to stick in there. I think what he will be disappointed in will be the basic errors. The errors that they've made have not been ones where you think, oh, that's a 50-50. It's been really simple bad passes that have been in front with bad catches on first play as well, which has happened I think on 4 occasions. So he'll be disappointed with that, but it's nothing that they can't fix. They've looked really organised in attack. Their halfbacks Hannah Butcher and Tasha Gaines have been really directing the traffic around well. And Beavers, she's got a touch of class and a fleet of foot that she looks fantastic on the end of it. So for me, they look organised, which is the main thing. It's just been little bits of skill that have let them down at times, but it's nothing that they can't fix at half time. So I'll get him in there, have a little bit of a chat with them, tell them to fix that up, and then the organisation is key for me. It's still there, so they fix that little bit up and they won't be far off.
And for Wakefield, Liam Harnell, you know, said before, it's an opportunity for some of his fringe players, some of the youngsters, and there are a lot of them in this Wakefield team, to put their hand up and say that they should be in the squad week in, week out. Well, there's certainly the work ethic is there from Wakefield.
Well, yeah, and especially from Danny Swain. I think she's been absolutely magnificent this first half. She's, no matter the scoreline, every tackle she's looking to get involved, and it's the kind of play that you like to watch as well. She plays it rough, she plays it tough, but she plays with a smile on the face. No malice in there. She really has led by example. And yeah, Wakefield have had the backs against the wall for the first half. They're playing against the best team in the competition, arguably, and they've stuck in there. And to get that try just before half time was definitely what they deserved.
It was indeed. Where can they improve, do you feel, second half, as the team's about to come out for the second half?
Well, I believe that they just they're keeping it simple, which means that their errors are down, but it's too simple. When they get down into Leeds' half, they're not expansive rugby. They're not going from left to right. They're not playing off 2 passes. They're not putting no angles going across the field with dummy drop-offs going to the line. They're just playing one-out rugby all the way down the field. Well, against a team like Leeds, who are one of the best defensive teams in the competition, you have to create diversion. You've got to dummy, you've got to show and go, you've got to use the ball a lot more, and it's too simple from Wakefield. They've really got to be more expansive to give themselves a chance of scoring against, you know, one of the best defensive teams in the comp.
Well, we mentioned they've only conceded 16 points prior to today, Leeds, in 3 games, and those were in the opening fixture against York. They beat Featherstone and Bradford without conceding any points, so the fact that Wakefield are on the board, you know, should be pleasing for them as they're led out of the dressing rooms by Abby Price to coming out for this second half. They're certainly sticking to the task here. It's a tough one against the champions, it always is, but there's some smiles on faces there. They're enjoying it and they're getting stuck in, and that's the main thing for Wakefield. There'll be plenty more games to come where they feel they maybe got more of a chance of taking on the 2 Super League points, but these are where you learn your trade, Leon, games like this, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and sometimes when you've not expected to win and everybody's written you off, that's when you can flourish and you've got no pressure on you. If you do well, then you've done better than everybody expected anyway. So there's no pressure on. This is when it's time to shine and to have a dig. So yeah, I've been really impressed with Wakefield. They've gone really well so far. It's just about enjoying, making a name for yourself, enjoying it. Go out there and give it your best, and that's all you can ask for.
It is indeed. We're live on Twitch this afternoon from the Betfred Women's Super League. Next weekend, it's the Challenge Cup semi-finals. Big games ahead for the Leeds Rhinos, taking on St Helens, and Castleford taking on York. What a game that would be after several of the Castleford players, including their coach, have moved to York recently. So 2 crackers next weekend. But here we're all about the Super League in Wakefield today. Leeds about to get us back underway. Tasha Gaines will restart the second half. 26 points to 6 in favour of the Rhinos, who get us underway with a kick towards the 20. Bit of a miscontrol there, but ball will be picked up and instantly Goldthorpe and Moxon in with some strong defence. Well, you mentioned Moxon. There's an error here on the very first tackle. Well, you mentioned Moxon running the ball off the line. There was nothing wrong with that defence either.
Fantastic from Moxon. If she just gets the body in the right position, boom, picks her up, drops her on the floor, dumps her hard. And Price felt that, definitely felt that. And that caused her to drop the ball at the play of the ball. Great play from Moxon.
Huge chance here for Leeds then, right at the start of the second half. Human at dummy half will look to play the ball left-hand side. Here they go now, straight forward up the middle. Good carry again. Aldroyd it is underneath there, will play the ball. Now they come back to the centre of the field. Here's Butcher. Butcher tries to wrestle off one defender. Eventually dragged down a couple of metres away. Good defence from Spence Hurst. They're coming out to the edge on this near side. A lovely little step, and Goldthorpe in for the second and has the presence of mind to slice from the touchline, run round towards the post. But Goldthorpe one-on-one, so difficult to stop. Second of the afternoon for Fran Goldthorpe. Leeds extend their lead, 30 points to 6.
Yeah, well, we were talking off air before earlier, Mark, weren't we? You were telling me about some of the key players for Leeds. You've watched them closely all year. And she's the girl that you mentioned, Goldthorpe. She's just too classy. It's her running style and the way that she's elegant, how she carries the ball. It's all class, it's all skill. You know, she can tell when she carries the ball, she knows the game inside out. It's natural and natural athletic ability. And she was just, them are the kind of players that you can't put a price on, that X-factor player that when they get the ball in hands, they make things happen. And that's the third time she's done that in this game today.
Here's Gaines then. Oh, slice that one just past. She'd be disappointed with that, Tasha Gaines. She would have had that one lined up, but only 3 from 6 for her with a boot. Here's the try again. And the ball moved quickly to Goldthorpe, and she's just too quick, isn't she? Too skillful.
Yeah, I think it was it Swain or Swan that was on the outside edge, which it was a mismatch in pace, a forward against the back, and then she was just too quick. She had the pace to do her on the outside, but she's classy. We can tell when she carries the ball. She runs with class and good style, good athleticism. She's going to be a dangerous player. She'll be there and thereabouts for the World Cup squad, I would think so, at the end of the year, Mark.
Yeah, definitely so. As the Wakefield side will look to get us back underway here. Disappointing start to the second half for them. The kick towards the post, allowed to bounce here, and McCallion will eventually pick it up, but that delay there just allowed Wakefield to close down, and Swain there again leading the charge with Rhodes this time. And the ball now being brought forward. Stavely, tough running back rower, is met by Candler with the tackle. Browning as well. As Leeds, bit of a misplaced pass, went backwards though, play on, good hands there in the end to keep the ball alive. It was McCallion involved. Ball now will just go again up the middle. Here goes Stavely again, second carry of the set, and another good one as well. Good tackle from Lindsay round the bootlaces. Human at dummy half, looking to organise play right on the halfway line. Ball short side they go. Gaines holds on to it. Candler makes the tackle. And defensively, Wakefield get towards the end of the set now, but here goes Beavers down the short side, and Beavers is sliced away through, looking to outpace the fullback, and will outpace the fullback. It's a hat-trick for Caitlin Beavers. Another solo effort from Beavers, who was just too quick and too skillful. Leeds lead by 34 points to 6.
Wow, what a play from Beavers for a hat-trick. There's just no substitute for pace. You just cannot put a price on having this kind of speed. She goes on the outside. It's a show and go to start with. Goes in and out. And then she's still got a lot of work to do from here to go around the fullback and with ease and make it look easy. What a finish from Beavers. Fantastic bit of pace, skill, guile. Beautiful finish.
Third try of the afternoon. Have all been individual runs. Such is the threat from the fullback. Well, she's doubled a try tally for the season. She came into this one with 3 and 3. She's now got 6. A hat-trick on the day. Wonderful incisive running. And Beavers really making Wakefield pay here at the start of the second half, as Gaines this time will make no mistake. 36 points to 6, and with Leeds averaging 70 points a game, you've got to wonder, this could be a long old second half for Wakefield.
It could be as well, especially if Beavers continues in this kind of form. She just puts her head back, believes in her pace, believes in herself, goes underneath the sticks again, and that's the hat-trick try, which is very well deserved. There's nothing better than having that little bit of pace in the bank when you know you can just rely on it at any time, and she's definitely got that.
And we saw earlier on, to be fair to Wakefield, the likes of Liv Whitehead getting back and tracking down Goldthorpe. They've got some pace in that back line as well, but they just couldn't live with Beavers on this occasion.
No, she's been dangerous all afternoon as Beavers. She's the danger player, especially at fullback. That gives her the opportunity to go across both sides of the field, get her hands on the ball as many times as she wants.
Wakefield will restart. Floated kick towards the Leeds 20. Butcher takes it, will get the ball away. Here comes Stavely now. Good collision there. Swan it was with a tackle. Good defensive effort again from Wakefield, trying to slow things down in the middle.
All afternoon. She's been really strong and Stavely. Fantastic to see. Running really strong.
Strong
as
running,
always, she's been aggressive too, yeah.
Yeah, the forwards know their job, and they get on with it, as here now Gaines gets it away. Robinson cutting in from that centre position, wrapped up 40 metres away. Hume wants a quick play of the ball. Are they going to go short side again? No, there's a spin and then a run, and then the ball popped up. McCallion will take on the line. The tackle across the chest from Swain. Will play the ball, but Leeds are rolling forward again here. They're only 30 away. Butcher coming across the field, gets the pass away here. Goldthorpe again. So difficult to pen down. Oh, Goldthorpe slicing away through. There'll be no stopping her. It's a hat-trick for Goldthorpe. It's a wonderful individual try. The smile on the face says it all. 3 on the day. Leeds running riot. They lead 40 points to 6.
Wow, 2 brilliant tries. Goldthorpe. She's all class. She's all class. That's fantastic. What a try. Brilliant. It's expansive rugby first. Goes out wide. Butcher goes to the line. Nicely to the line. Goldthorpe then moves away before she catches the ball. And it's just all about pace. Again, she beats 1, beats 2 off her left foot. Left foot step under the post, but that's all skill. That's quality try. One of the best tries I've seen in a very, very long time. And she's excited, and she deserves to be excited. What a try. Fantastic bit of pace and skill.
It's that first movement. She seems so hard. They can't get a hand on her. And once she's off and running, it's even more difficult.
It's natural, Mark. That's natural ability. That's God-given natural talent. Obviously, you've got to work hard with that talent, but you can't coach that. That's instinctive rugby. That's what I love to see, players that can just play the game with style and just what they're born with.
Well, that's 9 tries in 3 games for Fran Goldthorpe, and you get the feeling there's plenty more to come throughout the Super League season, as Gaines adds the extras, 42 points to 6. But here
it's the step. It's the step before she catches the ball that causes it, and you can't coach that. That's instinctive. That's God-given. And that's what I love to see. You can't put a price on that. Nobody can coach you how to do that kind of step. That's what's given to you. And obviously you've got to put hard work with that. You've got to go to the gym. You've got to sacrifice. You've got to work hard. But nobody can coach you how to do that kind of step with it before contact. Love to see it. Love to see it.
3 tries in 8 minutes at the start of the second half, and the champions really are starting to bare their attacking teeth here. And Wakefield now will restart again. Can they stop the flow of points? Ball picked up over on the far side. Wakefield need to start making some tackles, and they make one on Powell, who's wrapped up just inside the 20. Ball now coming forward. McCallion, who's out of that dummy half position, always wants hands on the ball.
Yeah, she's been involved in every play so far. She calls that ball, but I think it's been a good swap from the coach. I think Samuel's been really impressive since he's gone there after about 15 minutes. Her service has been good. She's organised at dummy half.
Here now is Goldthorpe again. This time Taylor does get a hold on her opponent and throws her to the ground. Being too rare an occurrence for Wakefield's liking as Butcher now. Oh, that pass looked forward. Johnson on the end of it, and Butcher there just blotted a copybook a little bit because there were bodies in amber shirts outside. That was a chance gone begging for Leeds.
Yeah, but the shape was right, the play was right. Just a little bit of an NFL pass. Yeah, definitely forward. Good call from the referee.
Good run here from Green up to the Leeds 40. Well, Wakefield will not throw in the towel. That's clear to see. Narrowly beaten by York in the cup, then they lost to Castleford last week, but they're giving this one a good go. And players like Brooke Price on debut for Trinity. Neat pass there, lovely pass. That was neat hands. Steph Spencerhurst on the end of it, and good meters after contact as well. Strafford is involved in the action, gets the ball away to Taylor. Neat step from Taylor, runs it forward. Goldthorpe and Staveley having to do some defending here as Wakefield are trying to put some points of their own on the board here. Strafford again at dummy half will get the ball away. Here's Price. Price takes on the line. Opted not to pass there. Will take the tackle. 10 away. This is the last one. Well, they scored off a kick at the end of the first half, Wakefield. Can they repeat the feat here? Going to stab the kick towards the corner. Picked up by Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe now evades one. Up towards the 10, and the tackle made middle of the park.
Yeah, you would have liked to see Wakefield put that ball in the air because, as you said, they scored from that, putting the ball up high. We've got a bit of injury here. Looks a bit of a nasty one, maybe a head knock. Is it Price?
Well, here's the kick again here. I would think the last person you want the ball to be in the arms of is Fran Goldthorpe.
Oh, she just got an accidental fist in the face from Swain. Swain was making the tackle. Price had her head at the wrong side, and the smiling Swain just caught her in the face. She'll feel that in the morning. Maybe a bit of a bruise, black eye.
Yeah, back up though and on with it. Here goes Moxon. Moxon is well met. And there'll be elements of this performance for Wakefield, like that defence there, that they'll really look to take the positives out of. They've got to try and get on the front foot and close the space down, because if you give Leeds an inch, they'll take a yard. And they're now working their way forward. Caitlin Beavers is into the action here, looking for maybe another run, but we'll have a look. Looks up at the line, sidesteps one, but Price around the waist. Good defence. Swain in again. We keep going on about it, Leon, but the tackle stats must be phenomenal for the front row there.
Yeah, Swain's, I think she's been involved in 2 or 3 tackles every set. Fantastic effort and commitment, leading by example.
Yeah, here's the kick from Gaines across the field, looking for Goldthorpe. There was a bit of a juggle. Goldthorpe will get her hands on it, and Goldthorpe now is sidestepping away forward. Good tackle back by Taylor. Gets the offload away to Murray, and Murray will dive over to score. Well, Goldthorpe finally has been stopped. But even when she's tackled, she gets the pass away and leads her over again. It's another try, 9th of the day, 46 points to 6.
Wow, again, what a try, and I'm cheering here, and I never thought I'd ever in my life cheer for Leeds Rhinos, but it's Leeds Rhinos women, so please forgive me, all my Bradfordians. What a try. Again, Goldthorpe involved, and she's away, and it's a great cover tackle from Taylor, but look at that offload, without looking, around the back, it's like a right-hand grenade, and she knew that Murray was in support. Lucy Murray was in support, as all good players should do, back up. But again, it's Goldthorpe with the class and skill to create the try for Murray. Well supported by Murray.
Whenever she's near the ball, Fran Goldthorpe, things happen for Leeds, and it happened again there. And Gaines, tough kick this one, but she's getting plenty of practice. 5 from 8 on the day so far. Looking now up at the post, doesn't waste too much time with a kick preparation, and we'll look to add the extras here. As again, probably not the best connection. She'll be disappointed with that. And it remains 46 points to 6. We said it in the first half, Leon. This team can score from anywhere.
Yeah,
and an error from Wakefield.
Yeah, they seem to have stepped up the pace in the second half. They're really on it now. I think after the chat at half time, it's Goldthorpe. Whenever she's around, like you say, you were talking pre-match, and look at this offload. Great support from Lucy Murray. A nice little palm to finish. But whenever Goldthorpe's around the ball, things happen. Be that in defence, be that in attack. If somebody's dropping the ball, she's got so much quality that she causes trouble no matter where she is on the field.
Wakefield will get us back underway. Beth Lindsay has gone for a sit down, a rest. Worked hard defensively, and also Leanne Candler's gone for a spell on the sidelines as well, as Leeds catch the ball with Butcher. Butcher is well met. Good tackle there, really good tackle from Taylor. All now will work in field here, as we see from the start of the sets for Leeds. Staveley always in there to take a carry and help Leeds clear their lines. Hugh McKen clapping the hands and give me the ball. Get it now. Good delivery again. McCallion with a good strong run. Well, we'll get Leon's player of the match towards the end of this one, but there's certainly plenty of Leeds players putting their hand up. There's now Gaines gets the ball out wide. Here's Beavers, sidesteps one. Ankle tap tackle brings her down. She wanted to pass it, and the referee, well, surely the tackle was finished there, and Beavers will have to go back and play the ball. Plays it just in from touch. Hugh gets the ball away. Here they go across the field now, straightening things up. McCallion looks a threat, be it from dummy half or running the ball in the middle of the field. And again, Hume pointing, sees Butcher as the target, but it'll go instead to Gaines. It'll chip over the top. Well
good
caught.
Catch.
Taylor it was who came up with the ball. There was no hesitating there. Came up and claimed the ball. Good work from Wakefield.
Yeah, you knew then as well, with Moxon coming at you full steam, who's really aggressive in the way that she defends. That was always going to be a tough catch, but Moxon's taken a knock in the face. She's down. That looks like a nasty one.
Yeah, gets a pat on the back from Lucy Murray, the latest Leeds try scorer. Let's have a look at this again. Wasn't sure here if
heads, clash of heads. Clash of heads. I think it was with Lucy Murray, is it? Yeah. Taps on the back. It was completely accidental, but they're the ones that really hurt. When they look innocuous and they don't, it's accidental. They're the ones that really hurt. It could be at the nose or the forehead, but yeah, clash of heads. I'm sure she'll run it off, but I'll be sore in the morning, that one.
There'll be people watching the Betfred Women's Super League maybe for the first time on Twitch this afternoon and looking at the athleticism of these players and the physicality of this sport. It is rough and tumble stuff. The skill on show, we've seen that. Hat-tricks for Beavers and Goldthorpe for Leeds. But there have been a few bumps and bruises on the way as well. But Moxon won't be wanting to come off, but I think the physio may say that might be the end of the afternoon. We'll get that one checked out. And there is going to be a replacement for Leeds. We've got such a strong squad. They've got players missing today, the likes of Winfield Hill, Akwiwu and Prim all missing from the win over Bradford last week. As Wakefield looking try and clear their lines. It's been a tough start to the second half. They conceded 4 tries in around about 11 minutes at the start of this half. And Leeds now looking to turn the screw and force the error from Wakefield. Wakefield are going to run it though inside their own 20. Spirited stuff from them. Tackle made on Kershaw, and that was the last one. They didn't even get the kick away, so it was a gamble from Wakefield and one that's backfired.
Yeah, and it seems as though that expansive rugby, they're doing that on the 5th and last tackle from their own 20, when they should be doing that down at the other end of the field, but they've not been given the chance to through Leeds' great defence. And they really should be doing that further down the field, and definitely not on last tackle.
Well, here's Beavers again, looking to make it 4. Will slice through 1, still going, and they're all around her, trying to, I won't say pinch the ball, but they made sure the ball wasn't going to come free. Quick play of the ball here. Chance for Leeds. They've got numbers out right if they can keep the ball moving. Here's Butcher. Butcher with a big handoff will try and get in. I think it's Price who's got a knock in the face again here. Referee may want to stop this. He's going to let Leeds go on with it. Oh, no, now he will stop it. And I think that's the right decision from the referee as well.
Yeah, definitely the right call. She looked like she could be in a little bit of trouble. And now with all the protocols, with their injuries, if you watch here now, it's just a palm off, it's an hand off in the face. It's just not being taken too well. You can't blame it. It's obviously maybe in the eye that can be quite dangerous. But with the protocols around any head injuries now in rugby league, men's or women's game, we need to make sure we look after our players for the long term of their health, not just whilst they're playing rugby.
Yeah, that's correct. Well said, Leon. As Leeds knocking on the door again. Short pass here. They're trying to barge their way over from close range. But Price, who just took that knock on the head, is the first one in there. Good defence from Wakefield. Hume will spin the ball backwards. He's had a knock on. It is. And Wakefield celebrate. It might only be a little win in the grand scheme of the game.
Offside, offside. I think they're
penalised.
Yeah, offside on the try line. I think it was Dennis Swain again, but she's been outstanding. I mean, she must have made 40 tackles. She's been unbelievable. It's a shame that she's on the wrong side of the scoreline, but she definitely can hold her head up high this afternoon. She's been amazing.
Well, she will be a contender for the Betfred Player of the Match. Leon will pick that later on in this one. But certainly from a Wakefield perspective, she's been the leader. Hume will tap the ball 10 metres out. Here they go forward now. Johnson looking to take on the line. We know she's got that pass in her. She showed it earlier in the match, and she's going to play it a metre out. The more messing about the play of the ball here. Eventually will play the ball. Hume goes to the left. They've got numbers here, and they will get over the line. Kershaw with a great tackle. What a try saver from Kershaw. Brilliant defence from Wakefield.
What a tackle. In and away off the left foot, you just like we're all over, but Kershaw just comes up with the play of the game there to keep that try out. That shows you the commitment from Wakefield. Shows you she's still playing for the coach and for each other. Great commitment, great
Johnson,
tackle.
it was who was denied. Leeds knocking firmly on the door. Loose pass picked up by Beavers. Beavers 12 metres out, will duck under one, and then Taylor with a big shot coming in. Wakefield really are sticking at the task here. It's spirited stuff. Ball now with Butcher, always a threat. Butcher with a short pass for Kerrigan. Great pass, great try. It's the 10th of the afternoon for Leeds, and Butcher's showing the class close to the line. Leeds have got 50. It's 50 points to 6.
Great play there from Leeds. It's a lovely little finish as well from Chloe Kerrigan. Good catch. It was Butcher who created the chance by going to the line, skimming across the field, looking for a support. As you watch it now, textbook play from an halfback. Dummy drop off, short lead. Kerrigan catches it, and then it's an easy little put down there. But she's still had a bit of work to do. But it was Butcher's creativity that's been a danger against Wakefield all afternoon. She's been at it non-stop.
You mentioned earlier on about your big players getting hold of the ball and dominating proceedings. No Courtney Winfield-Hill today at half-back. They have, though, got Hannah Butcher, and she's had a hand in almost all of the tries. Been brilliant.
Yeah, I totally agree. And what I like about her is she plays one play, drops it off, and then she'll play again, stand up, and she's always available for the ball. She doesn't just come in and out of the game. She's there all the time, demanding the ball, which is what you want from an halfback.
Tricky kick this for Gaines, who will get it towards the post. Has it got the strength? No, just underneath the crossbar. 10 tries on, 50 points up here. It's been a ruthless start to the second half. Butcher again it is, committing defenders, drawing people out of the line, and to be fair to Kerrigan, it still had to be finished.
Yeah, there was a lot of work to do there. It was a good catch under a little bit of pressure. She manages to finish it off well, but yeah, fantastic play from Butcher. She's been at it all game. She's been there, constant threat as Leeds, organising the girls, getting them around the field, telling them which point of the field that she wants them to go to, and then when she's had ball in hand, she's going across the field, going across the line, showing in, showing out, dropping the balls off, hitting short leads, going right to the line. The key is going to the line, not passing too far back the line. That commits defenders, as she did there.
And the thing that Wakefield are learning here, the rather harsh lesson they're learning, is that you switch off for one tackle against Leeds and they make you pay. As here now goes Staveley again, committed run back from the restart. Good defence though from Wakefield again. There will be plenty of positives to take out of this. They'll certainly have easier assignments further down the Super League road. Wakefield, as they look to establish themselves in the Super League. Ball now popped up, and here rampaging forward they go. It's Hornby who's on. Hornby through the line, supporting it now. Got Goldthorpe with her, doesn't pass the ball. Tackle made. Murray shoved out of the way by Beavers, gets it away. Goldthorpe looking for a fourth try. Defenders backing off. Goldthorpe standing up, defenders going for the line and reaches out. It's a 4-try performance from Fran Goldthorpe for back-to-back weeks. 4 against the Bulls last week, 4 against Trinity this week. 54 points to 6.
Well, what a finish, what can we say? What an afternoon for Goldthorpe. You said, Mark, before the game, you said to me she was going to be really dangerous this game. She said that she's one of Leeds' most dangerous players. It's proved again. It's a great break from Hornby. And you thought she was going to get there, but Taylor's been great in defence all afternoon for Wakefield as well, with the great chase back. But it's a quick play of the ball. Beavers gets dummy half, gives it to Goldthorpe, and then we just know something's going to happen. She creates something out of nothing, and that's an easy finish for her in the end. That was probably made. She makes it look easy, doesn't she? It wasn't easy, but she makes it look easy.
Yeah, effortless stuff from Fran Goldthorpe. Grand final hero against Castleford back in 2019, as they came from behind to win. On that occasion, 2 tries against Castleford as they won 20 points to 12, as this time Gaines does add the extras, 56 points to 6. An hour gone at Bellevue. There's no home comforts for Wakefield today. Leeds on top and doing what they do so well, and that's scoring tries, and lots of them. And this is all about the sheer determination. Hornby bumps off 2, and in the end it was a good effort to stop her, but as always with Leeds, the supporters are all around the ball.
Yeah, it was the play of the ball. The play of the ball was so fast. Wakefield don't have a chance to even get back to the try line. Goldthorpe in and away, too fast, too strong. And like I say again, good players make things look easy. That wasn't easy, but she made it look easy.
And Leeds now will want more points. Places up for grabs in the semi-final against St Helens in the Challenge Cup next weekend. Don't want to switch off. He's off the gas here. There'll be ruthless Leeds as Beavers now has seen Goldthorpe get 4. Wants 4 of her own. Slicing through, looking to offload it, promote the ball. Good defence, good tracking back. Whitehead it was with a tackle. They need to get out of the ruck area here as the ball now goes. Butcher turns it back to Murray. Murray, good bump, spins off, going again, looking for blue shirts to run into, then gets the ball back to Butcher. Butcher sidestepping through. Brilliant stuff from the Rhinos. McCallion at dummy half. Wakefield here are really on the ropes. They're being tested physically. There's a ball down the short side. Kerrigan tries to step past Price, offloads it to Goldthorpe, who somehow stays in the field of play, but is tackled 8 metres out. McCallion directing troops. Wakefield with bodies on the ground here. Butcher going to move the ball to the post. Hornby drives it forward, looking to promote the ball back to Butcher. Butcher going for the line, and Butcher will stroll through. Puts the icing on a pretty good cake for Leeds, and her individually, she's created plenty of tries, and now Hannah Butcher has got one, her 5th of the season, and Leeds quite simply too good for Wakefield.
Yeah, and she deserved that play. She's been at it all game. She's been really good as Butcher. As I said beforehand, she plays one play, she hits Hornby, looks for the offload, she's available for the offload, beats 1, beats 2, strolls over the line, and she deserved that. Sometimes when your big halfback, your key players are missing, it gives somebody an opportunity to step up and put their name forward, get their hands on the ball more often, and Hannah Butcher's done that this afternoon. She's been Leeds' key player. She's been the key for the ball, getting to the edges, getting to the right areas of the field, organising the troops, getting them around the field, and then she gets a just rewards there by getting a name on the try sheet.
Yeah, big part of Leeds' double winning season in 2019. And a very accomplished performance today from Hannah Butcher. 5th try of the season, and now it's 60 points to 6. And Gaines with another shot at goal. 6 from 11 for her so far today. And she might get a couple more shots before the end of play at Bellevue today. Here she goes, left-footed. And again, sometimes she does get it wrong, doesn't she, off the kicking tee? And that will be probably one area, certainly with a big game next week. And I know Courtney Winfield-Hill will be back, who normally kicks the goals. But in a big game, goal kicking, as you know, Leon, oh so important.
It is, yeah, it's massive. It's massively important, especially if it's wet. 2 points become 4, so yeah, you need to be converting your chances, and it's something they can work on during training this week. But you are definitely right, Matt. You need to be converting them chances, them kicks, especially the ones that aren't too far out, that are kickable. You've got to convert them 4 into 6.
60 points to 6 then. The Leeds Rhinos leading here live on Twitch this afternoon. We thank you for your company. As a Super League champions, looking to make it 3 Super League wins from 3 and a 4th win in 4 in all competitions, as they get the ball forward, and they're still fighting for every inch as Kershaw makes the tackle. Here now is Robinson. Robinson cuts forward. Good work from Spence Hurst. Makes the tackle. Ball now infield. Here is Gaines. Gaines trying to sidestep through. Got rolled over a little bit awkwardly there. I won't tell you who made the tackle. You know yourself. It's the Wakefield number 10 again. As here.
Wow.
Oh, what a shot from Taylor. A bone rattler there. Murray certainly felt the impact of that one. Well, Taylor has put a couple of big hits on this afternoon, but that was the biggest of the lot. Let's have a look at that one again. Wow, what a tackle. Murray, in fairness, did well to hang on to that ball. Here goes McCallion, slicing through now, support with Hornby, gets the ball out wide, Goldthorpe bumps off one, and the Leeds number 5 has scored 5. Goldthorpe in again. Leeds unstoppable here. Ruthless stuff from the Rhinos. They lead by 64 points to 6.
Oh, and that could be trouble. She's wincing a little bit there, Mark, and with a big game coming up, I'd be tempted to take her off. What do? Do you go for more tries? Try and set some records, or do you get her off the field and save her for next week? Personally, I'd wrap her up in Cornwall and get ready for the big game next week. Great run from dummy half from McKillian. Looks to her right and goes wide to Goldthorpe. And we know every time she got the ball in hand, something is going to happen. She will create something out of nothing. We knew then when she caught the ball, we thought that she'd finish, and she did so. But for me now, get her off the field, get her ready for next week, because she's too important. She is absolute top quality. And for me, wrap her up in Cornwall, get her off now, get her off the field, get her on the sideline and say, rest up, you've done your job. Have a chill out, don't have a beer, have a glass of Coke, have a Kit Kat, relax.
What would you, the player, be though? If you've got 5 tries, Leon, you're going to have to be dragged off the field, aren't you? Surely.
No, because I think that game's so big next week. That's a better kick. Just misses. No, well, I don't know. But for me personally, the big games next week, that's when I'd like to score the really important tries. It's beautiful show and go. She's played really well as McKillian. Great little bit of left to right pass, fend from Goldthorpe off the left hand, and she's just been magic all afternoon. She's been a pleasure to watch.
This prolific try-scoring run continues for Fran Goldthorpe, and all done with a smile on the face, a smiling assassin, Fran Goldthorpe. What a talent she is in the Betfred Women's Super League, and there's plenty in good try-scoring form as well. At the top end of the Super League, there are some huge clashes to come. You'll see a lot of them live right here on Twitch throughout the season. And Wakefield at 64 points to 6. Well, they've had a lot of defending to do second half. You can't fault the spirit, you can't fault the commitment. But sometimes, Leon, your opposition's just too good, and that's been the case today.
And that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to say, listen, the opposition have got too many quality players, they're too well coached. You know, we're a little bit behind, but all we're going to do is give it our best, and they have. Wakefield have given it the best. Nobody's slacked off, nobody's given up, nobody's completely let them through the defensive line. Leeds have just been too good. We've got too many good players. Sometimes it happens. Wakefield will get better. Swain's throwing herself about, Taylor's throwing herself about, Abby Price has been around all game. So the players have performed. It's just been beaten by a better team.
And they are, we must say it, they are missing probably 7 of their first choice lineup. So you know, you take 7 out of any team, they're going to struggle. Leeds
absolutely
being ruthless, so that's the problem. As Johnson goes forward, they tried to steal it, but the front row is having none of that and holds on to it. Spence Hurst on debut has done well. A lot of defending there. Ball now here, coming forward again, looking to offload the ball. McCallion been outstanding. Gaines jumps in at dummy half. Really have been good Leeds today. And the ball now with Butcher again, gets it away. Here this time is Murray. Murray, one of the Leeds try scorers. They go now wide and they're coming to this right hand side again. Goldthorpe's waiting, but Kerrigan will barge away through and will score her second. Bit of pushing and shoving after the try is scored, and it's all getting a little bit too much for Wakefield. Chloe Kerrigan in again for her second of the second half, and Leeds score their 14th try of this match.
Yeah, it's just getting a little bit too much now. McCallion, nice little time in there. Great pass to Butcher, who gets it away to Kerrigan. Just good timing, good finish. And Swain shows a frustration there. A bit of a late challenge on Kerrigan. Kerrigan has a bit of a smile, a bit of a laugh about it. She understands how frustrating it must be for somebody like Swain, who's been giving it her all the whole game and is on the wrong end of a 70 points to 6 drought if Gaines can kick this ball.
Well, they do average 70 points Leeds in their 3 games so far, so they're certainly not letting the average down. And we said earlier, give them an inch, they'll take a yard. Well, they're taking more than that here today. As Gaines, another tough kick, but she struck the last one far better. Can she repeat that here? Yes, she can, but the ball just short again. And maybe something she'll look to work on. Gaines, she's had a bit of practice today. But 68 points to 6. Well, I wondered if Goldthorpe was going to get the 6 here, but Kerrigan was having none of it.
And I don't blame her. I think she's thinking, you've had enough now. You've had your lot this afternoon. And it just makes me laugh there. Swain coming in with a little bit of a barge. It's been a long afternoon for the Wakefield ladies. They'll be begging for this full-time whistle to go now. They've had enough.
They will. It's been a warm day in Wakefield, and they've really had it tough. Trinity. There's now another break from Hornby. Support doesn't need it. Hornby's rumbling towards the line, sprints away, and Hornby will go in for a try that her second half performance has certainly deserved. And Hornby now, against a tired Wakefield side, rips them to pieces up the middle. Another big grin. Another try for Zoe Hornby. 72 points to 6.
Well, it's just a bit of fun now, isn't it? They've deserved this through the hard work. They've tightened up the second half. Hornby, show and go. Too big, goes through, show and go again. And then she's got too much speed. She finishes off a well-deserved run. She's been fantastic this second half as Hornby. She's really improved the team. Well-deserved.
Yeah, well-deserved indeed. Hornby, who started again today, has been ever present. And here is Gaines. We'll get Leon's thoughts for player of the match in a moment. There's certainly plenty of contenders. It's a tough one today. There's been some standout performances as Gaines from in front makes no mistake. 74 points to 6. And this second half really has been a runaway train from the Leeds Rhinos. Hornby again burst the line and then had the confidence to go past the fullback, and the covering defence were never going to get back. It's been a good performance from Hornby. It's been a great performance from Leeds. Leon, can I get your thoughts for player of the match?
Yeah, I think first of all we should notice some of the players and performances from Wakefield. I think Abby Price has been been fantastic. I think Taylor has been really, really good. I thought Danny Swain's been absolutely amazing. For Leeds, I thought Caitlin Beavers is really, really unlucky not to get the call. McKillian's been amazing, but I think nobody could argue with Fran Goldthorpe, the man of the match, the player of the match for me.
Yeah, the Betfred player of the match in the Women's Super League today then is the Leeds Rhinos. Number 5, Fran Goldthorpe. An outstanding individual performance. Wakefield have got the ball back here though. They'll be hoping to maybe get a consolation score of their own here. It's been a tough day for them. A big learning curve for Liam Harnell's team. And now there's an error. Robinson furious that the decision has gone against her. Well, there was a one-on-one steal
there for deceit. Yeah, great
Kershaw,
steal.
that's the second one-on-one steal, isn't it?
Yeah, she's been great. She's really, really good at stealing the ball. But Robinson has to be careful with her mouthing off to the referee. Show a bit more discipline and respect towards the ref. It's not what we want in our game.
No, I'm sure the coaches will have a word after the game as the tackle made there by Ella
That's
Johnson.
High, surely enough. Play on.
Well, it looked to be, but the tackle is made as forward comes Swain. Murray in there as well. Good defence. Have a look, maybe across the shoulder. It was on Steph Spence-Hurst. Teenager on debut today. Certainly hasn't let anybody down. And that's the thing for Wakefield. 7 of this team under the age of 19. That's some going against the champions. Here now is Whitehead. Whitehead will run across the field. She's quick if she can get a gap. She got half a gap, but good tackle round the legs by McCallion. This is the last one. What have Wakefield got? Can they open up the defence? Crossfield kick will bounce. Oh, and it bounces just behind on the far side. Danny Green, if she takes that in, that would have been a try. It was the last kick of the match. Swan it was who created the opening Wakefield try. It was a great kick, but the bounce of the ball this time didn't quite go the way of Wakefield. The referee, Ellis McCarthy, blows the full-time whistle here for Leeds. Job done. Win number 3 of their Betfred Super League campaign. 4 wins in 4 for them at the start. And having led 26 points to 6 at half-time, they ran riot. Fran Goldthorpe will take the headlines, and rightly so, with 5 wonderful tries. Beavers with a hat-trick as well. Kerrigan also on the board, as were several others. 15 tries for the Leeds Rhinos. Well, Leon Price, they're going to be top of the table tonight. They'll be looking at that semi-final with St Helens next weekend on this kind of form. Albeit against tougher opposition, they're going to take some stopping.
They will, but I'm sure Saints will be up for the task. But if they can continue in that kind of manner, yeah, they're going to be very difficult to beat. They've got lots of natural ability, but they also work together as a team. I think they were really well coached and really well organised. So yeah, they're going to be dangerous next week. But the Saints, I'll always back the Saints, especially against Leeds.
Well, Staveley, who got proceedings underway. Beavers with a hat-trick. Frayne, Murray, a double for Kerrigan. Hornby, and 5 for Goldthorpe. The one try for Wakefield scored by Price. Let's have a look then at what happened in the second half. 26 points to 6 at the break, and it was Fran Goldthorpe who got proceedings underway.
Yeah, she was all class, all skill, all quality. Too easy for her, made it look easy. And Beavers again here, running down the short side. And as we said before with her previous tries, it's the speed that causes the trouble. And again so there. Butcher going to the line, short lead for Goldthorpe, who catches it before she gets tackled, moves off the mark, steps 1, steps 2, and finishes under the post. Really dangerous.
She was indeed. And then Goldthorpe turned the provider. Crossfield kick aimed to Goldthorpe. A bit of a juggle. Goldthorpe takes it in. And finally, when Wakefield think they've stopped her, she produces the offload. Lucy Murray with a try.
Unbelievable over the shoulder offload. No look. And a great reaction from Murray to be there, right time. Butcher going to the line, dummy drop off, goes to the line, short lead. And Kerrigan there gets over a nice simple put down. It's a good bust here from Hornby. It was really dangerous this second half. Looking for the offload, couldn't quite make it. Taylor with a good tackle. And then it's a run there from Beavers from dummy half, and then we always know when Goldthorpe gets the ball in hand, something is going to happen. Beats one, beats two, and dives over for another finish.
Yeah, good work again.
Hornby was dangerous all afternoon, gets another good offload away to Butcher, and that's a simple put down.
And then a good run from McCallion.
Yeah, McCallion was at it all game, wasn't she? And Goldthorpe from there, she's just so dangerous. We knew she was going to finish. Butcher again, going to the line, 2-on-1. Kerrigan gets on the outside. That's a quality finish there from Kerrigan, and a bit of afters from Swain. Hornby busting the line, straight through, looks for support, shows and goes, and then she's got a good turn of speed to finish off under the sticks. Great finish. She had a great second half with Hornby.
74 points to 6 then. Really, really tough second half for Wakefield, but they were spirited in defeat, and whilst the scoreline ran away from it at the end, there will be positives to take from it. But for Leeds, who we thought maybe first half, Leon, they weren't quite at their best, but second half they really went through the gears.
Yeah, I think the first 4 or 5 sets, I think they dropped 4 balls, and they played okay, but you could see when they came out after for the start of the second half, the coach obviously really got into them at half time in the sheds, told them what he expected, and they came out in another gear. They ramped up the speed 2 or 3 gears in that second half, and you know the quality was there. Just the skill level in the first half couldn't quite match the quality of players that they had, and once they put all the little pieces together, then they were too good on the day.
Yeah, they were indeed. And what we have seen from Leeds today, they've got threat all the way across the field, haven't they? And you think they've got players to add back into this mix. You know, David Gibbons is going to have a tough job picking his team next weekend, isn't he?
It is a tough job, but them are the headaches that you want. The headaches that you want is when you've got too many good players and you can't quite fit them all into a 17. It's a lot better than having the headache with having injured players that are half fit, players that are undercooked. You know, it's a good headache to have. It's the headache that you want to have as a coach, and unfortunately, not everybody can get into the 17. It's tough, but that's what that's what coaching is all about, is making tough calls.
Yeah, it is indeed. There we can see our Betfred player of the match, Fran Goldthorpe, been some day for her. We'll hopefully hear from her very, very shortly indeed. She's had a smile on her face all afternoon. She's got a smile on her face now. Leon, just quickly on Fran Goldthorpe, some player.
She is, yeah. She's just was enjoyable to watch. It was enjoyable to see her grace, the way she carried the ball. It makes it look so easily, and the best players do that. The best players make the game look easy and nonchalant when she carries the ball, but every time she had the ball, something happened. I thought there was always something available. Yeah, enjoyable, really enjoyable to watch, and she's going to be a threat in this big game, and I'll be definitely watching that now after seeing her performance this afternoon.
Yeah, she had 6 in 2 coming into this one, another 5 to add on to that, 11 in 3. What a start to the season for Fran Goldthorpe, a double try scorer in the grand final, went back in 2019. She will be involved, you feel, for the Rhinos as the season really does crank up. It's early days, but Leeds, the champions, looking very, very strong indeed. Players trudging off then into the tunnel. It's been a warm afternoon in Wakefield. Just 1 try for them. Abby Price with a score for Wakefield. As Leeds running in 15 tries, 5 in the first half, 10 in the second. A huge win for the Leeds Rhinos. 74 points to 6 then. Let's get down to hear from our Betfred player of the match, Fran Goldthorpe, down at pitchside.
Fran, Betfred player of the match, well done. 5 tries, leading the team very well, not too shabby at all. You must be pleased?
Yeah, very pleased. It was a good team performance. We had a lot of support runners either side, which allowed space to open up wider for the likes of the back wingers to go and put some tries in the corner.
I mean, obviously a lot of points you've scored today, but at half-time, I must say that, you know, you'd had a few problems in the first half, a few knock-ons and things like that. Was a few strong words said at all, or was it just carry on business?
We tried just to calm it down, tried to just go back to basics, do the simple things well. We know that we made a few errors in the first half, and we just thought we'd just got to keep building on that, and I think we showed that in the second half, that when we do work as a team and when we do the completions and do the simple things well, we can do things like that.
Certainly the 3 tries in the second half straight away, I think that probably made all the difference, and from there on in it was people looking for tries really. So you've got a big game coming up soon. You feel you're in a good place off the back of today?
Definitely feel we're in a good place. We'll go in taking it into training, work back on what we need to do and work back on what we actually need to set for next week to come out with a win.
Well done, Fran. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
If I can just bring in David quickly to have a quick word with him.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, good, David. Look, I think, as we just said, talking to Fran, a very solid performance, a lot of points. But in that first half, it was very much a situation with the handling errors that I think you were struggling with.
Yeah, just too many individual errors, unforced as well. You know, we've got to turn the ball over on our terms, and we weren't doing that. And no matter who you're playing against, you're just going to get punished. And give testament to Wakefield, they never stopped coming at us that first half, and they got the reward at the end of that first half with a try.
In the second half, 3 tries that blitzed them straight away. Really, I think that was what made the difference, and then they began to suffer. But what do you take into this for the up and coming semi-final?
Well, I think the biggest thing for the girls to learn is just the fact that they control the ball, and you look at that second half, the tries that they actually can score. We've got quality throughout the team, and when we do control the ball, that's what we can do. 3 tries at the beginning of the first half, the second half, and then the first half, you know, with 3 errors, first 3 sets. That is the difference. So, you know, they've just got to learn that. Just keep it basic, keep it simple, control the ball, and that's what we can do.
Congratulations. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Liam, if
Thanks,
we can have a word with yourself. First half, again, a strong performance, and actually in that first half it was Wakefield that were sort of completing their sets. Can you just step to that side? Thank you. Let's start again. Sorry, Liam. As I say, first half, a strong performance in that first half I felt from the girls, and actually it was Wakefield that were doing better, far fewer handling errors and working really well and working really hard, and got their just rewards just before half-time with the try. But the second half, unfortunately, it unravelled with the 3 quick tries from Leeds. But still, you must be quite pleased and proud the way they stuck at it.
Yeah, you know what, I'm really proud of their effort today. They were absolutely outstanding. That first half, I mean, we've had 8 players that are under the age of 18 in our squad today, and actually 4 debutants. So if I'm honest, I'm really, really proud of how they've gone on. I thought the first half, you know, we worked really hard in training on the bits and pieces that want to improve, and we made massive improvements in that first half, as you can see from the scoreline. But then the game just got away from us a little bit. Leeds then started to sort of get the tail up, and the speed of the ruck, and as we were getting tired, they just sort of come away with it there towards the end.
Yeah, and I think most people saw that, but I think the important thing, as you've said, is to build on that first half. Some really good work done, some tackles. Obviously, they were coming through the middle, working on tackling maybe, but as I say, I think very pleased, very proud with today.
Yeah, I'm really proud of them. We've got a few bits and pieces we need to work on, but I'm confident that we'll get there.
Thanks, Liam. Really appreciate it. Well done to the girls.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to Martin Knight down there at pitch side. It's not easy interviewing people in these COVID times. He's done a good job there. We heard from the Wakefield camp, Liam Harnell, proud of his side. David Gibbons saying the Leeds players need to learn to control the ball. And Fran Goldthorpe, well, that was business-like, wasn't it? Big games coming up. She was the player of the game today. She was outstanding, Leon. Leeds, they're going to be there and thereabouts in all the big trophies.
Yeah, as they are, they're a massive club out of the Leeds that goes right throughout the club, the juniors, the first team, the Reliance, and the women's team as well. And it's good to see they're a huge club. And today we saw the quality that they hold within their ranks with the players. Big game against Saints next week. I'm looking forward to see how their big players go against in a big game against a team that'll probably match them up front. So yeah, it's interesting to see. But I'll definitely be watching that game now. It's really going to be really interesting.
Good, thank you for your time today. Leon, thank you as well for those of you that have joined us on Twitch. Wakefield was spirited, but in the end, the Rhinos, the champions, were just too good. They ran away with it. It ends at Bellevue. The Leeds Rhinos, still unbeaten, have beaten Wakefield by 74 points to 6.